Hey, welcome to the driving show. We are at episode 23. I'm headed to the gym. And let me ask you, as usual, have you worked out today? Have you been active, taking care of yourself, your health, your body? Going for a walk, that's always a great step to take. If you have a gym that you're a part of, make sure you actually go to the gym, because that's how they make their money. Their whole model and plan is built around get as many people in, and they know, humans, that it's hard to make a habit. A healthy habit is hard to do. The destructive and evil ones, easy. Why? Because of sin and Satan. But, without getting too far off track, if you're not going to the gym and you're paying for it, just cancel your membership. Why? Here's a tip and trick that I learned. As soon, at least for the big chains, as soon as you cancel your membership, they will start sending you emails to try to get you back. And guess what? The get you back emails have a way better deal than if you just show up and say, I want to be a member at your gym. So that's kind of my new strategy. Or at least what I share with other people. If you're not liking where you're at, quit, give it a couple weeks. Maybe they'll write back sooner, but they will try to get you back. And the last 2 years, I've been on a much better deal than I would ever pay for, and it's much cheaper because they want me to stay. Haha, but today I'm going to try doing the leg exercises that my friend Jordan showed me when we worked out together. I am nervous about that. I already don't like doing the leg exercises. I mean, I do them, but what he showed, and I'm going to try to do, and that's what makes me the most nervous, is doing the squat rack, and I'm going to be by myself, so hopefully it's one of those things. It needs to be empty, then it needs to have the weights on them, or else, it's like one of those things, every little bit more of what I have to do makes it even harder, like the entry to getting into it even harder to do. But I know once I do it, I'll be fine. I'll be like, Michael, why were you even worrying about this? And that's, tying it around to your own life. That's very true. Anytime you're starting something new, there's always that like, man, I don't want to do this, even though I do want to do it, and it's good for me, and I will like doing it, and I will be fine once I do it. But getting yourself there, that's the hard part. And I actually shared about that today in the Philbrick thoughts. I don't know if that's what I'm calling it, but like the tweet, the quote of the day is all about how you can't trust your feelings, because if you do, it's going to leave you stranded exactly where you are, and maybe even take you backwards from where you want to be. And you can't live the life you want to live, the future that you want to have in front of you, if you're just going to go off of your feelings. Because guess what? Your feelings are not going to, my feelings now, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to work out the legs, I don't want to do the squats. Boom. If I followed those, I would still be at home, and I would not be doing this. So that's a prime example, and maybe that's hard for you too, to get out of the house to do these things. And that's what you have to get used to teaching yourself of, okay, my feelings say I would rather be sleeping or eating or doing anything else but what I need to do. But that's okay to feel that way, but you should not always listen to those feelings. Sometimes though, those feelings are helpful and you should go with them. For instance, a gut feeling when you are in a situation that could be dangerous and you're unsure, but the gut feeling is telling you, get out of there, listen to that feeling. But I'm talking about the everyday feelings that you are bombarded with as soon as you wake up in the morning to, I should sleep in, I don't want to get up, even if you like what you're doing. So that's just something we all have to deal with. So I think that is really important to think through in your own life of what feelings do you have that are not true, that are lies, that you're being tempted with. And even if you want to take it the biblical way, Jeremiah 17:9, look that up. It talks about how the heart is deceitful above all things, desperately wicked. I always get that confused, but look it up, Jeremiah 17:9, and it's very clear in the Bible that, you don't follow your heart, you follow Jesus. When you become a Christian, you have the Holy Spirit within you, and you should be asking for guidance from the Holy Spirit, from God, Jesus, all of that. Not following the feelings, because guess what? your feelings are going to lead you into sin and temptation, and that's taking it a bit further. But when you look at your own personal life, that's where it can very easily lead. So on all ends, you don't want to be trusting or following your feelings because they are here and they are gone. And then if you are stuck, it's terrible, because even now, like, I did get a really great review from someone that I helped out over the weekend. I sent like a video. She had asked some questions, and so I did a Loom video, which is what my mentor has done to me, and I'm like, wow, now I can do that for other people. And she put through a review, and it was so nice, and I'm like, man, this is so nice to see, because when you are in your own business doing your own thing, you have to do everything to get the business up and running, to get it growing, building, creating the content, the ads, cheering on yourself even when you don't feel good, there's a lot of bad and hard feelings you need to work through. And I think I had made a post on my personal Facebook, but when people do ask me if I miss working at Starbucks, because that was my most recent part-time job that I was doing to help fund this, I'm like, not really. So like, I'm glad I'm not still there. I'm glad life has moved on. But what I do miss is feeling like I'm good at something, that people like me, that they appreciate my hard work, that I show up every day and do my best. Those are things when you're working for someone else, and maybe that's why it is so tempting for all of us, plus the money. I said I also miss getting paid regularly, or paid at all from a business. But besides the point is, like, that is enticing when you're working for someone else, because that's kind of your leader's job, is to encourage you, to motivate you, to push you forward, say you're doing a good job, or if you're not, we need you to be doing this, giving you exactly kind of what you need to do. And so when you're doing your own business, you have to do all of that, and you have to keep pushing forward even when you feel like no one appreciates you or that you're not doing a good job. And not that I feel that all the time, but it's kind of heightened when, if you know kind of what I'm going through now of trying to launch paid products and courses, like the Unearth course. I have an ad going for that. I'm actually working on another one today, so that's kind of the main thing. That and writing the email for later this week I need to get done when I get back from the gym. But just seeing like the ad's not doing well, and still haven't gotten people purchasing it yet. And so I'm like, man, the content here is so good, and people will be helped if they take it. But how do I get people to take it? Well, let me tell you, that's why you need to have an email list. So if you are thinking about starting a business, or you have a business and you are not sending people to an email list, please do that. Because if I had been doing this from when I first started the business, I mean, it'd still be probably not huge, but it would be bigger than I have now. And then maybe I could be selling to my existing audience and customer base, which now I'm trying to build up, and I'm working really hard at that. And there are signs that things are going in the right direction. So it's not all just doom and gloom. There is stuff there. But if you know that and you can learn from me, like, place high emphasis and priority on getting people on the list, and then engaging with your list, making sure it is a warm list, is what they say. So you don't want to just grab their email and then you never talk to them, or they never hear from you. Because then when you come to sell something, they'll be like, wait, who is this? What is going on? But what's good about getting reviews, as I mentioned, to kind of tie this up as I'm getting to the gym, is that not only is it good for my feelings, but just to be encouraged and know that, like, whoa, I am helping people, and you're helping people. This is a thing you need to remember, even if you're not being told that. There are people that consume your content, read your emails. Like, some people, friends I have, they're like, oh yeah, I enjoy reading your emails. I'm like, oh really? Well, you never write back, and I never know. But family will say that too, or like, oh yeah, it's fun listening to the podcast. I'm like, oh really? I forget that people, if people aren't telling me, like, I read your email or I listened to this, then I just assume they're not, that no one likes it, which is like maybe the wrong way of looking at it. But I know in your business too, that it's really easy to just, you're just always putting out content, and you forget that you are actually helping people, even if it doesn't seem like it, or someone's not telling you. Like, you don't have the boss there telling you, good job, you are doing good. So that's why I think it is so important to get in a community as well. So knowing you can't trust and follow your feelings, and then surround yourself with people that can spur you on and make you do the best you can, sharpen you up to be the best business owner you can. And that's what we have here at Fisher Philbrick when you join us. So if you haven't joined, man, you should join, because we are just getting things up and going and running. And the reviews, sorry, I'm just remembering so much more to say as I'm like trying to get off. But the other thing about the reviews are, it's not only an encouragement and boost for yourself as the owner, but it will actually help you grow your business. So most people won't purchase things if they don't see previous reviews, which is like a loaded system, because you're like, well, how am I supposed to get reviews if no one has bought it yet and I'm a new business owner? So setting up review system for yourself, which I need to do a tutorial on that as well. Man, so much to do. But that, and once you get reviews, you can put those on your landing pages. Check out the Unearth course that I have. I've got it linked in the bio, and you can see I've got it implemented. The new one I did that I received today, I implemented that as well. And I'm like, amazing. Like, it just builds up the credibility so much more to hopefully get someone to purchase the course. But I've got another project I thought I was actually going to talk about in this, but I'll talk to you tomorrow about it, because maybe I'll be done with it by then. But it's one of those crazy, like, oh my goodness, I just had this idea pop into my mind, I can put it together quick, and it might be a way to grow my email list, get some money, and really at the end of the day help a good number of people. So man, I'm excited, even though, I'm a little nervous about doing the leg exercises. So here we go. But push forward in your life and in your exercises, even if you don't feel like doing it, because in the end, you want to be moving forward, even if the progress is slow, and you don't want to be stuck or going backwards. So that's the encouragement, and I'll see you guys on social media.